5 bands that suck, part 2. I did part 1. I did 5 bands that suck, part 1, like, God, it was like 2 months ago. And I was going to do a follow up, 5 bands that suck, part 2, like a few days afterwards. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I started doing fragrance reviews again and started doing other things on my channel. And I just forgot about it. I have no idea what happened. But one of my friends yesterday, when I posted one of my fragrance reviews yesterday, he commented. He was like, "Hey Daniel, what's up with 5 bands that suck part 2?" I was like, "I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I just got caught up with doing other stuff, and I guess I forgot." So thank you, Duke of Prunes 2, for reminding me. That's his YouTube channel name, Duke of Prunes 2. He's a really cool guy. He's been supporting me for a long time now. He comments on most, if not all of my reviews and videos that I do. Really cool guy, really good friend of mine, really good, one of my favorite people on here, as a matter of fact. But almost 2 months ago, when I did part 1 of 5 bands that sucked, it was Guns N' Roses, Green Day, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Ramones. Part 2 was easy again. As a matter of fact, if you want me to keep doing this, I'll keep doing it. I'll make part 3 right after this. I'll do part 4, part 5. I'll keep going. I have an unlimited list. I have a list like a million bands and a million people that I would love to say, these guys suck. They suck. So if you want me to keep going, let me know in the comment section. Say, yes, please keep going, Daniel son. All right. I picked out 5 last night. It took me like a minute to do this because I have a list in my head that's eternity of musicians and bands that I hate. And I'm going to get a lot of hate from this. I'm going to get, oh, this is going to be good. Ooh. Let me have it down in the comment section, by the way. But yeah, I picked out some musicians and bands that I know people love and I just can't stand, or either I think they're really overrated. These are 5 bands that I think suck or are very overrated. And there's not just bands on here, there's individual musicians. So it's bands and musicians that I think suck or really overrated. You ready? Let's go for the 2 biggest ones first. You ready? Give me some hate. Come on. Give me some hate in the comment section. You ready? I'm ready for it. Come on. You ready? Michael Jackson. Oh, God. He said Michael Jackson. Oh, God. I'm going to dislike him. Michael Jackson. I don't hate Michael Jackson, actually. Some of these people I really hate, but I don't hate Michael Jackson. I think he's extremely overrated. That's my opinion. I really do. I think he's a good singer. I think he's a good entertainer, and I think he's a good musician. But I think he's extremely overrated. Him, Michael Jackson, and the next person that I'm getting ready to mention is so famous. I can't believe they're so famous. They're some of the famous musicians ever lived, ever. Everybody in the entire world knows who they are. You could travel 100 miles through the Amazon rainforest and find a tribe 100 miles away from civilization that's never seen another human being. And you could go, Michael Jackson, and they'll know who he is. They'll be like, oh yeah, I knew Michael Jackson. So he is extremely well known all over the world, one of the most famous musicians in the world, but I think he's overrated. I think he's really overrated. And I know his material so well. I grew up I was a teenager in the late 70s and early 80s, so I know his music. I was in my 20s in the 80s. His songs would be on the radio constantly, all the time. I even have the album Thriller, so I know who he is. I think he's a good singer, good entertainer, good musician, but I think he's extremely overrated. Next, John Lennon. I do not like John Lennon. Funny thing is, I like Beatles pretty well. The Beatles are not one of my favorite all-time bands, but I like them. The White Album was killer. I love Dear Prudence. I love Blackbird. I love Yellow Submarine. I love a lot of the stuff that the Beatles did, but take John Lennon away from the Beatles. I'm talking about John Lennon, not the Beatles. Can't stand the man. He's another, just like Michael Jackson, everybody in the entire world knows who John Lennon is. And when you go up to somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, and say John Lennon, they'll have a smile on their face. A man of peace, a man of love, a man of unity. Oh, he's an angel. Oh, he was a jerk hole. John Lennon was a jerk. I've seen a couple of interviews that they done with John Lennon. He said some things that if I would have been there, I would have punched him right in the face. He was such a jerk. That's my opinion. Do not like him. I don't like him as a person, and I don't like his solo stuff. When he did some of his stuff away from the Beatles, I thought it sucked. I did. I thought it sucked. Even some of the lyrics, it's like, what is he talking about? I have no idea. Anyway, John Lennon. Anybody hate me yet? Let me know in the comment section if you hate me. Next, Metallica. Told you you're going to hate me. I'm going to get so much hate. Plus, I'm wearing my Trump cap. That'll give me extra hate. Trump 24. 2024 Trump. Yes. Metallica. The first 3 albums were absolutely killer. I was one of the very first metalheads. True metalheads. 77, 78, 79, when Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, all those guys, when they first come out, I was like in the front of the line. I was like right there. I was and still am the biggest metalhead in the entire world. I remember in 1983, Kill 'Em All come out. I was like, this is one of the best albums ever made. Then Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets come out, and I was like one of the biggest Metallica fans ever. They started going in a little bit of a different direction with And Justice for All, and I think And Justice for All was a killer album. But they did start going in a different direction from their first 3 albums, and I was okay with that. I was like, let them do their thing. If they want to start doing something else, let them experiment a little bit and stuff. But after And Justice for All, that's when they started selling out. Right about the time of And Justice for All, but right after that, they sold out. It would have been different if, I think, this is my personal opinion though, if I think they were doing it because they wanted to, I would have been okay with the Black Album and Load and Reload, but they didn't. They sold out. They sold out for the money. This is my personal opinion. I think the record label started telling them exactly what to do. The producers started telling them exactly what to do, and they did it to sell albums and to be on the radio. They didn't do it for the music. They did it for the dollar. And I lost all respect for them after that. And even I thought the first 4 albums were absolutely killer. I can't stand to listen to them anymore. It makes me feel nasty to listen to anything by Metallica anymore. I can't stand them. No respect for them whatsoever. Next, Nickelback. Next, Devil Wears Prada. Some of y'all do not know who Devil Wears Prada is. Devil Wears Prada, I guess you would consider them some kind of offshoot of certain kinds of metal. They have their own, I think a lot of people call them screamo metal. Some of the individual musicians, the drummer, the guitarist, the bass player, are good musicians. One thing I hate about Devil Wears Prada is the singer. I've been a metalhead since '77. I have no problem with screaming. But this guy, there is no singing. There's no screaming and then singing. It's all screaming as loud as he possibly can. As loud as he can. The most extreme scream. And it's just the entire song from the beginning of the song to the end of the song. And that's it. There's no singing. It's screaming at the top of his lungs as loud as he can throughout the whole song. I don't get it. Some people love that. I do not. And I have no problem with screaming, like I said. I'm a metalhead. I love screaming. But not like that. That's just so irritating. I can listen to 10 seconds of Devil Wears Prada and I was like, turn these guys off. This sucks. If they would actually get a singer and have some singing and lyrics, that would be different. I would like them, but all right, that's it. That's it. Michael Jackson, John Lennon, Metallica, Nickelback, Devil Wears Prada. If you want me to keep going, I will. I'll do a part 3, part 4, part 5. I'll keep going for eternity. Let me know in the comments section what you think of my list. Let me know if you want me to keep going, because I will. Trump!